Every single one of us lives in two worlds, the visible and the invisible. The visible is what we touch, measure, and call real. The invisible is what programs it. It's the silent architect of our destiny, the subconscious mind. Most people think their conscious intentions shape life, but in truth, the deeper current, the subconscious, steers 95% of everything we do, think, and perceive. It's the operating system behind the screen, quietly executing old codes that were written long before we knew how to write them. Imagine you're trying to steer a ship while a powerful undercurrent moves beneath you in the opposite direction. You can turn the wheel all you want, but until you understand that current, your life will feel like resistance, effort without change. That's what happens when your conscious desires conflict with subconscious programming. The conscious mind dreams, the subconscious decides. This isn't mystical, it's neurological. The brain's neural pathways are like well-paved roads. Each repeated thought is another car passing over them, strengthening the route. Over time, the brain says, "This is familiar, this must be safe." So it automates the pattern. You don't even notice when the route becomes habit, when habit becomes identity, and when identity becomes destiny. To truly manifest on command, you must rewire the roads of your mind. But before you can rewire, you must reveal what's already there. Most of your subconscious blueprint was installed when you were a child, when your brain was in theta state, open, absorbent, unquestioning. You didn't analyze, you imprinted. If your parents said, "Money is hard," or "Don't dream too big," those phrases didn't remain sentences, they became laws. Emotional events carved these truths even deeper. A child shamed for expressing joy learns to dim their light to feel safe. A child ignored learns invisibility as protection. These aren't memories, they are programs written in emotion, and emotion is the language of the subconscious. You grow up believing you're making choices freely, but you're often acting out invisible instructions from the past. Two people walk into the same room and see two different realities, not because the room changes, but because their filters do. The subconscious deletes and distorts whatever contradicts its code. If you carry a belief that you're unworthy of love, you will miss every sign of affection, dismiss every compliment, and unconsciously sabotage intimacy. Then you'll say, "See, I knew I wasn't lovable." That's not truth, it's programming seeking proof. Reality mirrors belief. Change the belief and the mirror shifts. So the first step is awareness, the sacred act of seeing. Look at your life as data. Every recurring struggle is a clue, every emotional trigger a breadcrumb leading you back to a hidden belief. Where do you feel stuck? Where do you repeat the same pattern despite your best effort? That is the voice of your subconscious. Write it down, don't censor it. Then ask, what would someone have to believe in order to keep creating this experience? Follow that thread. Beneath the surface excuses lies the core imprint, often something heartbreakingly simple, like "I'm not enough" or "I'm not safe." The moment you name it, it loses power. Awareness drags the unseen into light, and light dissolves shadow. But awareness alone doesn't rewire. The subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to experience, repetition, and emotion. You can't argue with it, you must speak its language. That language is feeling. To reprogram the mind, you must first decide what new code you want installed. Vague intentions like "I want success" are meaningless to the subconscious. It needs specificity. "I am building a business that brings freedom and purpose. I earn $10,000 a month doing what I love. I wake every morning filled with peace." These are coordinates in the map of your mind. The clearer the destination, the faster the subconscious begins to navigate there. Visualization is your direct portal. The brain cannot fully distinguish between vivid imagination and lived reality. When you imagine with detail, colors, sounds, textures, even scent, the neurons fire as if it's happening now. The subconscious says, "Ah, this is familiar, let's make it real." But it's not just imagery that matters, it's emotion. Feeling gratitude, joy, or confidence as if the wish were fulfilled imprints a stronger signal than hours of neutral affirmations. Feel first, reality follows. Repetition is the bridge between knowing and becoming. Every morning, before the world floods your mind, sit in silence and visualize your desired self, not as fantasy, but as present fact. Speak identity statements: I am disciplined, I am worthy, I am free. At night, just before sleep, repeat them again. In that half-awake state, the gates to the subconscious open wide. Feed it visions of your chosen reality, and it will replay them all night long. But repetition without evidence breeds doubt. That's why action is non-negotiable. The subconscious trusts what you do, not what you say. If your new identity is, I am confident, prove it with one small act. Make the call, share your idea, look someone in the eye. Each act is a vote for the new self. One vote becomes 10, 10 becomes identity. Eventually, you no longer have to convince yourself, you simply are. Yet transformation isn't comfortable. The old program will resist. It will whisper, stay where it's safe. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar freedom. You'll hear the mind defend the old story. That's just how life is. But comfort is the cage. Growth lives in discomfort. Every time you choose the new response instead of the old reaction, you rewrite a neural code. The brain changes through repetition under emotional charge, and courage is emotion in motion. Each act of courage etches a new circuit. Each new circuit expands possibility. Now comes embodiment, the stage where belief becomes biology. It's not enough to think new thoughts, you must inhabit them. The subconscious doesn't believe words, it believes vibration, posture, breath, tone. Walk as the person you are becoming, speak as them, decide as them. This isn't pretending, it's aligning. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Identity is the axis of manifestation. If you keep saying, I want abundance, your subconscious hears, I lack abundance. But if you say, I am abundant, and your daily actions confirm it, generosity, gratitude, confidence, the subconscious adjusts to match. Identity statements must be lived, not recited. That's why embodiment is the most spiritual form of discipline. It is faith made visible. Every choice is a sculptor's stroke shaping identity. Ask before each decision, does this align with the self I am becoming? If yes, it strengthens the circuit. If no, it strengthens the past. Over time, alignment becomes instinct. You won't have to force discipline, you'll simply act in coherence with who you are. Emotion fuels the engine. You cannot wire abundance through fear or reprogram love through resentment. Emotional alignment is energetic alignment. When negative emotion arises, don't condemn it, read it. It's the subconscious alerting you to a mismatch between your current vibration and your chosen identity. Shift gently through gratitude, movement, breath, or a single thought that feels better. Emotional mastery is not suppression. It's redirection. Environment seals the code. You can't plant new seeds in the same toxic soil and expect different fruit. Curate your surroundings, people, spaces, and inputs to reflect the version of you are becoming. Order your desk, dress with intention, fill your mind with voices that expand possibility. Your external world should whisper the same message you're feeding your inner one. This is who I am now. When the environment echoes identity, change accelerates. Persistence completes the loop. The subconscious rewires through consistency, not bursts of inspiration. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, others fake. Both are part of the process. The old code doesn't die quietly, but if you keep showing up, repeating, feeling, acting, there comes a day when the effort disappears and the new program runs on autopilot. You no longer try to be confident, you simply are. You no longer chase abundance, it gravitates to you because your vibration matches it. Manifestation stops being a practice and becomes your natural state. This is the moment when reality begins to feel effortless. Opportunities seem to appear from nowhere. People treat you differently, timing flows. But it's not luck, it's alignment. The outer world is obeying the inner law. What was once invisible wiring has become a magnetic field around you. Remember, creation begins in consciousness, not circumstance. You're not here to control the world, you're here to command the self that shapes it. Every belief is a brushstroke painting the landscape of your life. Choose deliberately. When you change your inner story, life rewrites its script to match your new vibration. So pause for a second, breathe, feel the electricity of awareness moving through you. Realize that your brain is plastic, your energy malleable, your story editable. You are not a victim of programs, you are their author. And the pen, the neural pen, is in your hand right now. From this moment on, speak to your subconscious like an ally. Feed it images of who you wish to be. Affirm identity with conviction. Take action in harmony with that truth. Build an environment that supports it. And stay consistent until it no longer feels like practice, until it feels like breathing. Because when the subconscious and the conscious unite, manifestation stops being mysterious. It becomes mathematics. Input determines output. Frequency determines form. As within, so without. Rewiring your mind is not just self-help, it's self-creation. You are not here to wait for miracles. You are the miracle waiting to be remembered. Now close your eyes. Picture yourself standing in the future you've already built inside. Feel the ground under your feet, the rhythm of certainty in your chest. Hear your own voice whisper, "I am." That's not imagination, that's creation beginning to take form. Reality has heard you, it always does.